survivors of the nuclear fire called the war Judgment Day. They lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines.
Hey, welcome back everybody to another show with Mr. Nobody Meets. I'm your host, Stephen Parker. Now this week we got one of the hottest topics in the news right now, and that's AI. Whether you love it or you hate it, it's here to stay and it's not going anywhere. So if you look at the Hollywood side of it, all the Hollywood movies show AI being in control or trying to destroy humanity. But on the other hand, there is a lot of benefits to having AI help us. And we're going to talk about that today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's imagine a world where AI is seamlessly helping us. It recommends healthier foods, finding us quicker routes for where we want to go, or just making our days a little bit more efficient.
People with their personal lives, jobs, transportation, education, health, and more, maybe even without them realizing it. Here are some examples of AI in action on a typical day. In the morning, a teenager wakes up and uses facial recognition to unlock her phone. She scrolls through social media feeds to see what's new. Then she asks the voice assistant on her phone what the weather is going to be like that day so she knows how to dress for school. A college student uses an app on his phone to deposit a birthday check from his grandmother. He takes a photo of the check and the app automatically reads the handwriting to figure out the amount. It then deposits it into his account. At the same time, a person gets in their car to go to work, and the navigation system plans the fastest route based on current traffic. In the car, they listen to a music streaming service, which already knows what types of songs they like, based on what they listened to before.
Well, the challenge isn't whether AI can help us, it's whether we let it help too much. And so that we stop noticing when we're no longer making decisions at all.
Takeover of your mind picture. This, you're scrolling through your social media feed, mindlessly consuming content. But what if I told you that with every scroll, every like, every pause on a video, AI is silently mapping the landscape of your mind? It sounds like science fiction, but it's happening right now. Advanced AI algorithms are not just tracking your online behavior, they're decoding your thoughts, predicting your actions, and slowly reshaping your reality.
The best outcome would be AI as a collaborative partner assisting with decisions, but never replacing human intuition. Like, imagine AI guiding your decisions on what to cook, but you still add the finishing creative touches. But there's the hidden danger. When AI systems learn too much about us, they start automating decisions we don't even realize we've handed over. So the real question isn't whether AI will control everything, it's whether we're too comfortable letting it. So, how AI subtly influences our minds. AI doesn't just passively deliver content, it carefully curates what we see to maximize our engagement. And what grabs our attention better than content that confirms what we already believe. For example, social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube are designed to keep users scrolling by showing them content that aligns with their views. And studies have shown that when users interact with one type of political content, the algorithm recommends increasingly extreme content on that same subject, reinforcing pre-existing beliefs.
Probably how you found this video, how long you watched the video, how many likes, comments, shares, influences what you see.
Travel pillows? We've been wearing them the wrong way.
Shut up.
Although what you do on social media may seem insignificant to your overall well-being, it does matter.
Supposed to twist the seasoning bottle? I'm not sure.
Twist it.
Well, social media has essentially taken human connection and turned it into a drug by distilling it down to the essential properties that make something addictive.
This is the infamous echo chamber effect, where AI algorithms feed our confirmation bias until we're stuck in a loop of self-reinforcement. Instead of broadening our perspectives, AI can narrow them down. A recent MIT study showed that users who regularly consumed AI-curated political news were less likely to interact with opposing viewpoints. Instead, their opinions became more polarized over time.
Together. In fact, there's really no need for people to interact. We have less control over who we are and what we really do.
As effective as Facebook.
We built these things and we have a responsibility to change it. The intention could be, how do we make the world better? If technology creates...
So AI doesn't just reflect our cognitive biases, it amplifies them, turning the small inclinations into rigid beliefs. This means that we're just consuming content, we're being shaped by it. By amplifying biases is just the beginning. AI is now capable of creating highly personalized realities that tailor the information you see based on your profile, interests, and past behavior. Two people can search the same event and be presented with completely different narratives.
Here's my friend Scott's screenshot, and here's my friend Daniel's screenshot. When you put them side by side, you don't even have to read the links to see how different these two pages are. But when you do read the links, it's really quite remarkable. Daniel didn't get anything about the protests in Egypt at all in his first page of Google results. Scott's results were full of them, and this was the big story of the day at that time. That's how different these results are becoming. So it's not just Google and Facebook either. You know, this is something that's sweeping the web. There are a whole host of companies that are doing this kind of personalization. Yahoo News, the biggest news site on the internet, is now personalized. Different people get different things.
For example, during major elections, AI-cured news feeds on platforms like Twitter, Google News deliver stories that align with users' political leanings. One user might see headlines about a candidate's achievements, while others might only see scandal-related news.
Is that these algorithms can put you in something called a filter bubble, a term coined by internet activist Eli Pariser. Being in a filter bubble means that algorithms have isolated you from info and perspectives that you haven't already expressed an interest in, meaning you may miss out on important information. For instance, a social media site may hide posts from friends with different viewpoints, or a news site may display articles that it thinks you'll agree with. You may not even realize you're in a filter bubble, because these algorithms don't ask for your permission, tell you when they're active, or say what they're keeping from you. In fact, they've become a part of the internet as a whole, and if you want to go online, avoiding them is almost impossible. Once everyone gets stuck in their own bubble, the problem only gets worse. If everyone is confident they're getting the full story on a current event when they're really only getting part of it, no one can make an educated judgment, and it becomes difficult to have a meaningful discussion about the facts. This is why filter bubbles contribute to a lack of understanding and an unwillingness to consider opposing viewpoints and unfavorable info.
This is what Eli Pariser called the filter bubble.
A filter bubble. And your filter bubble is kind of your own personal, unique universe of information that you live in online. And what's in your filter bubble depends on who you are, and it depends on what you do. But the thing is that you don't decide what gets in. And more importantly, you don't actually see what gets edited out.
A personalized information bubble that wraps itself around you, making sure you only see what fits your perspective. The danger is, once you're inside the bubble, you might never realize what you're missing. In 2022, for example, a report by Pew Research found that over 60% of users were unaware that their social media feeds were algorithmically curated. Most assumed that they were seeing objective real-time updates, not personalized content.
Facebook discovered that they were able to affect real-world behavior and emotions without ever triggering the user's awareness. They are completely clueless.
AI isn't just reshaping how we see the world, it's creating parallel realities. And when those realities collide, that's when you get social divisions and polarization. Perhaps the most subtle and scariest aspect of AI manipulation is how it nudges us towards certain behaviors without us even realizing it. For example, e-commerce platforms like Amazon use recommendation engines to influence buying decisions. They don't just recommend items you're interested in, they strategically place complementary products, time-limited offers, and targeted discounts to encourage impulse buying. You ever wonder why you end up buying things you don't really plan for? That's AI, working quietly behind the scenes to maximize your engagement. A 2023 behavioral science experiment demonstrated that when online shoppers were shown personalized recommendations based on previous purchases, their likelihood of making an impulse purchase increased by 35%. And it's not just shopping. Streaming services like Netflix use similar tactics, recommending specific shows, not only based on your preferences, but also on what's likely to keep you on the platform longer. AI isn't just predicting our choices, it's influencing them, blurring the lines between what we want and what it thinks that we want. So, what happens when our thoughts, preferences, and even behaviors are subtly shaped by AI? Is it still our choice? Or has the algorithm quietly taken over? In the context of the next section, we'll expose what the ideal relationship between humans and AI could look like and what could happen if we let AI take complete control.
You're going to see different results depending on where you live and the particular thing.
What I want people to know is that everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked. Every single action you take.
A lot of people think Google's just a search box and Facebook's just a place to see what my friends are doing. What they don't realize is there's entire teams of engineers whose job is to use your psychology against you.
The co-inventor of the
likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value.
Force for good. I don't know if I feel that way anymore.
Okay, let's imagine a world where AI isn't just a recommendation engine, but it's an essential collaborator, seamlessly handling mundane tasks while leaving complex decisions makings to humans. For example, think about AI-powered personal assistants. Beyond just setting reminders, what if they could predict when you're too stressed and automatically schedule downtime or recommend activities to help you relax? This collaboration would optimize your day without you feeling micromanaged. Another example, in the workplace, AI could assist doctors by quickly scanning through thousands of case histories to suggest potential treatments while leaving the final decision to human expertise. In creative industries like AI tools, Midjourney and ChatGPT are already helping designers generate ideas, but it's still the human touch that perfects the final outcome. So the ideal future would be one of balance. AI handling the heavy lifting while humans focus on creativity, empathy, and nuanced decision making. But the question is, will we actually maintain that balance? That's a hard one. But what if we go beyond collaboration and slide into dependency without even realizing it? Another example, decision-making erosion. Studies showed that when people are repeatedly offered optimized, low-effort options, they become less likely to explore alternatives. Imagine depending on AI to choose everything for you, what you wear, what you eat, who you date even, and eventually losing the habit of making decisions on your own. Another example, here's a scary thought. AI can nudge you towards decisions you wouldn't have made on your own. Let's say your AI assistant recommends a vacation destination based on your recent searches. But what if that recommendation wasn't just based on a partnership with travel companies? You think you're choosing freely, but behind the scenes, you're being subtly manipulated. There's a term for this. It's called automation complacency. It's already an issue in aviation where pilots rely too much on autopilot systems, leading to slower reaction times during emergencies. Could the same thing happen to our everyday lives if AI makes too many decisions for us? Maybe. But ultimately, the future of human-AI interaction depends on how much control we're willing to give up and how much we fight to retain it. So, today, we explored how AI is quietly influencing us, not just in obvious ways like social media recommendations or online shopping, but at a deeper level, shaping our beliefs, our sense of reality, and even our decision making. First, we talked about cognitive biases and how AI isn't just feeding us information, it's feeding us confirmation. Then we explored how personalized realities are being constructed by algorithms that curate what we see and what we don't, creating vastly different versions of reality for each person. Finally, we touched on the potential future of AI, whether it will be collaborative with us or silently guide our lives from behind the scenes. And that's the crux of the issue. It's not just about whether AI is smarter or faster, it's about whether we as humans stay in control of our own minds and decisions. Because if we don't actively participate in this process, the choices won't be ours anymore. They'll belong to the algorithms. So, what do you think? Is AI truly helping us, or is it the beginning of control the way we think and act without us realizing it? Do you believe the future will have one of collaboration or silent control? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. Let us know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, the key isn't to fear AI, it's to understand it. If we know how it works, we can make sure it works for us, not over us. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And we'll see you next time. In the meantime, stay curious.